Hi folks, I'm Doak and welcome back to the Artificers Guild, the home of all things Artifact. With Artifact 2 news coming soon, let's take a look at the #long haul speculation. What have the data miners and info gatherers of the community found? Has Valve finally fixed the economy and made it free to play? And is it still plagued by RNG? Let's find out. So much of this speculation is possible thanks to Tyler of the Valve News Network. He had collected all of the rumours and data mining information, especially from Underlord's updates, so go and check out his video in the description or pinned comment below. We, however, will be diving in deep on the speculation. Let me just repeat that in case anyone forgets. Speculation. While the community expects Valve to officially announce a lot of this, it is by no means confirmed. That being said, a lot of this makes sense, and from what I can tell, the rumours are founded on some quite solid information. The most important rumour for the success of Artifact 2 in my opinion, is that Artifact 2 will be free to play. Now I already made an Artifact free to play video, but this is so much better than that. You'll be getting every card for free. The game will make its money from cosmetics and battle passes instead, much the same way that Dota 2 or Underlords works. Now, before you jump for joy, it is unclear as to whether this means all cards will always be free. My fear is that this means Artifact will become a CCG like Hearthstone, but regardless, this is still a massive improvement based on what we had previously. So, we will be playing Artifact 2 for free, hopefully in 2020. But what does Artifact 2 actually look like? What are the gameplay changes? Well, if you were tired of flipping a coin against the old green improvement cheating death, or if you were just infuriated at arrows always turning your huge Keith the Bold into a creep instead of the tower, then Artifact 2 is the game for you. Rumour has it that a lot of the random elements have been completely removed. The best way I can sum up what I've heard is that the game environment itself has been neutralised. As much of the board related RNG as possible has been removed. Arrows always point forwards, one creep spawns in every lane, and you can physically place all creeps and heroes. Consumables have also been made accessible at any point in the game via a side shop supposedly called the Bazaar, to reduce the RNG of the shop to just the item deck that you build. Some of the complexity has also been removed, supposedly with rumour of lanes being limited to 5 units each, creeps themselves having their stats reduced to 1 attack and 2 health, and all 3 boards being active at the same time. This allowing players to make moves on any board, perhaps forcing the enemy to respond on the right board while you set up a kill on the middle, for example. While I have categorised these rumours as removing complexity, I genuinely think that they will make the higher level of play much more competitive. Previously, it was like playing 3 games of Artifact. You could have a plan for each one and allocated resources, knowing which cards you had to hold on to until when. It was almost systematic that way. But if all lanes are played at the same time, it's basically one game board with 3 objectives. This also sounds like a bit of a nerf for some cross-board abilities and improvements, namely a lot of Black's card abilities, but we'll get into more specific meta changes when we've got more information. With the game board neutralised, how you use your cards is now even more vital than ever. Part of the key to mastering Artifact was this coming up with a game plan of how to best utilise your cards and specifically in what order. Well, now that is the only way to win. And it's much more fluid. No more arrow RNG to save your life here. However, arrow control cards, such as New Orders of red, or Battlefield Control from Jemai the Wise in blue, would be all the more important now. While you are able to place your creeps, this is the only way to conceivably get a diagonal arrow in Artifact 2, if diagonal arrows are even such a thing. Which I certainly hope they are, as this was one of the tactics that differentiated Artifact from its competitors, but regardless, cards themselves are now the chaos. They are how you remove the shackles of the game rules to define your own playstyle. Do you stock up on chunky creeps and play within the 5 unit limit, or do you bring loads of creep summons and perhaps new cards that expand your board limit beyond 5 to take advantage of your opponent's thin defense? To counter that, do you then bring small amounts of cleave now that creeps only have 2 health? Or do you go for the tried and trusted Thunderhide packs and just smash through everything with siege damage? With any of these suggested changes, Artifact will see a ripple. By making 3 boards accessible, Sniper's Assassinate is not as powerful. Does that see a rework? With board width reduced, Echo Slam's potential power is much lower than it once was, and so on. This version of Artifact 2 was created by a very new team, supposedly for internal testing at the end of 2019, and, from what we hear, it was loved by the people at Valve. Does this mean we'll have Artifact 2 in 2020? Probably. Does this mean Rix will finally be playable? Probably not. There will be further changes down the road, I hope. One thing I do know is that the long haul is starting to look a little shorter, and the entire community appreciates everyone who has been along for the ride. And that about sums up what the rumours and data mining has been saying. If you missed the announcement of Artifact's return, be sure to check out our last video. As always, if you enjoyed the content, please do like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel. I've been Divok of the Artificers Guild, and I'll see you next time.